if you out there in them streets, if you a single man or a single woman, you need to watch this video. This is not even clickbait. I'm not even just like, trying to get you to watch. You need to watch this because I got something important to tell you. You don't want to miss this. Some of you might already know this, but I'm going to make sure that anybody who comes to Ask an Aquarius can't say that I didn't warn you. All right, guys, this is Queen Offset Haru, and you're at Ask an Aquarius. Thank you for joining me. Now, if you can, I have a couple calls to action. I would love you to subscribe to my channel if you're not already subscribed. I would love you to hit the bell next to it so you can get notifications of when I upload a new video. I would love it if you gave this video a thumbs up and passed it on to somebody else who would love to see it. And I would also love a positive comment in the comment section if you have time. And also, if you can stick around to the end of the video, I also have 2 comments from previous videos that I'm going to read and respond to. Underneath this video is all kind of information. I mean, it's like this bit. It's like this much information. It's all the links to my Ask an Aquarius merch. It's my Amazon wish list in case you want to send me a gift, because gifts are my love language. My PayPal is underneath here in case you want to send me a financial donation, what we call a love donation. Also, my email is under here because if you would like to get a reading done, you can email me and I will give you an appointment. Okay, so let's talk about something really serious now. You guys have heard this. You've probably seen it on television. You've probably heard it from other people. But I want to tell you something that I heard from a person who's a subscriber and one of my clients. About a week, maybe 2 weeks ago now, she sent me a message and she told me that she had a really big problem on an online dating service. And I wanted to tell you guys this because I know a lot of us, including myself, use these dating services. The bottom line is my client met a man, a very handsome man. I mean, he was cute. I was looking at him like, okay. When she first sent the picture of him, I was like, oh my God, all right. But then she started to tell me what happened. So basically, she met this man on one of the sites. I don't know if it was Plenty of Fish or Around the Hood or something like that. It was one of them sites where you put up a profile and men and women or women and women or men and men or whatever start to talk to each other and send each other messages. So she met this man, this attractive man, and they talked a little bit, but she said that it was weird to her because he always wanted to FaceTime. And most of us know that when you first meet someone, it's not general that you start FaceTiming off the rip. Usually you start talking on the application you met on. Then you might start texting or inboxing on some kind of social media. And then that is what usually leads to you hitting each other up in some kind of video chat. But it's not usually the first couple of days. It's usually like the second week, the third week, something like that. Because at first you talk to see if you even like each other. Now, some people do want to see you immediately on video chat to see if you're a real person, because people, pretend to be other people. People will catfish you, as they say. So I might use my sister's pictures, and I don't look nothing like my sister. And then you're like, wait a minute, this ain't you. So some people like the video chat up front just to do that. But he kept wanting to video chat. For the couple days that they were talking, he was just very persistent and he kept wanting to see her and talk to her on a video chat. She thought that was strange. I think that's strange too. I've had people I don't know call me on video chat. And I'm like, that's like calling me without texting first. Like, that's a no-no. And if it happens frequently, especially if I ask the person not to and they keep doing it, I block them because that's weird. That's some kind of pushy energy that's really strange. So she thought the same thing, but she was like, maybe he's just into that. So I'm not gonna trip about it. I'm gonna let him have that. Well, they decided that they were going to meet each other. Now it's been a week or two. They're going to meet in a public place. Okay. So they decided to meet at the mall. Now, this particular mall is one of the biggest malls in Pennsylvania. It's like thousands of people there at any given time. So she felt like, meeting at a Starbucks shouldn't be a big deal. I'll meet him. Well, when she was on her way, the gentleman hit her up and said, "What do you want to drink? I'm going to order." They were meeting at Starbucks. He said he was in line. He was going to order. Asked her, what did she want to drink? He was going to treat her to a drink. Now, she said, like me, red flags went off. Because one of the things my mother taught me this in the 70s. She said, never take a drink from somebody that you don't know. And she did not know this man. They had only talked back and forth a little something, something. Not enough to be taking a drink from him or, anything like that. So my mom said that back then they would put a Mickey in your drink. Now we call it a date rape drug. And it is alarmingly easy to get your hands on a date rape drug. If you got neighborhood people that sell things, y'all know what I'm talking about, you can get your hands on this particular drug. So my mom always said, keep your drink in front of you, whenever you're at the bar or when you're anywhere, and don't leave your drink. If you leave your drink, tell the bartender to please dump it and give you another one. So she says she thought of this too, because she's heard this from her elders. So she told him, no, thank you. I'll get my drink when I get there. So then she gets there. He's there. They meet each other. Hey, how you doing? That kind of thing. And then she says, let me go get my drink. When she comes back out of the Starbucks, he's gone. He's gone. And she texts him like, where are you? And he says, oh, something came up and I had to leave. So she's feeling really strange at this point because this doesn't feel right. You tried to give me a drink. I wouldn't take it. Then you just leave. And she was only a few minutes away when he asked her about the drink. So why would you want to get my drink? And he had his drink when she got there. Why would you want to get my drink beforehand was the question. So anyway, he left. She came out of Starbucks and homeboy was gone. So she said that all of this didn't feel right to her. So she got in her car. She drove around to the other main entrance to the mall. She hung out in the mall for 2 hours, just in case he was lurking or ducking or following her or whatever. And she hung out. She shopped a little bit. She just kind of got lost in the mall. And then she got in her car and she cautiously drove home. So when she got home, because of the fact that this was so weird and sitting weird in her spirit, she called law enforcement. She has a family member who's a bigwig in law enforcement. He told her to send him the guy's information, and she did. Now let me tell you what they found out. Come to find out, this gentleman is wanted for sex trafficking. Okay? So based on law enforcement, the gig is they get you a drink. They put a date rape, Mickey, whatever you want to call it, in your drink. You pass out. So he would have probably given her a drink. They probably would have been sitting in his car talking, around lots of people, keeping it, very, out there in the open, She would have passed out and she would have woke up probably in the midst of being sold or violated. Okay? And the reason why I wanted to do a video and tell you guys about this is because this is going on. He said not just dating apps. He said all the dating apps. He said Facebook. He said Instagram. Basically any of Twitter, any of the social media places that you can potentially meet strangers. And after she told me about it, I was like, oh my God, just the other day, some pervert sent me a message and was like, oh, do you need a sugar daddy? And I knew immediately it wasn't just some guy who, was trying to find a sugar baby. He had sent this paragraph to me that was clearly cut and paste. So I was like, oh my goodness. And somebody told me that that is another way that they bait people on the internet. So I'm telling you guys this because they're doing this, and this is what the law enforcement said. Law enforcement said that this is happening predominantly to women of color, number one. So if you're a woman of color, you need to be very diligent. Women in general, okay? And people who he said are single. They're looking for people who are single, people who don't have any family, people who are easy targets, basically, that they'll be able to steal without causing too much of an issue. Likewise, this is happening to men too. It's not happening as much, or it's not reported as much, so we don't know how much. They said it's not reported as much with men. But men don't have the tendency to report things like this, because I've heard other horror stories that are similar and men told me they didn't report it. But this could happen, like, for example, if you meet a woman, if you're a guy, you meet her online and she offers you to come to her house or come to your house or meet you at the hotel. And you think y'all about to get, y'all about to get busy. And the next thing you know, you wake up and your wallet is gone. You got lucky because you could have been gone. Because what they said is that some people are being put into sex trafficking, some people are robbed of their belongings, and some people on the most sinister spectrum are victims of organ theft. Now, mind you, certain organs you can live without and certain ones you can't. So this particular, scam or crime, I guess we should call it, is going on, and people are being affected in a number of different ways, all the way from petty theft all the way up to murder. So I wanted to tell you guys, because I know personally a lot of you, and I personally know a lot of you are on Tinder. I know a lot of you are on the sites that he named. I'm on Facebook, I'm on Instagram, I'm on Twitter. I'm not on Tinder or any of the dating apps anymore, but I used to be. That used to be my thing. I used to love dating apps. I used to love the party line back in the day. And as a person that grew up with these kind of technologies, we always knew to be careful. We always knew it was perverts out there. We always knew it was sick people. But now the game has gone to a whole different level because now it's online. And now they have more sophisticated things to kidnap you with. So I wanted to make sure that my subscribers know to be careful. If you're dating with someone that you do not know, she did everything right. Going to a public place was smart. Not accepting a drink from him was smart. I'm thinking if you got somebody that can do background checks, because background checks you can do online for like $30, I think they are. I think it's legal ways to do your own background check on a person. So I'm telling you, be careful. Be very careful out there in these streets. And it doesn't have to be online, like the case of the Mickey and the drink. A young lady told me that she was dancing with this guy. They were slow dragging, and she had a drink. So she had her drink, and she was, dancing with him, doing her little thing. And they were having a great time. Well, come to find out later, him and his friend would go to bars and put this date rape drug in women's drinks and then assault them and then go about their business. Well, this young lady said she was dancing with her drink in her hand. His accomplice walked through the dance floor, dropped whatever it was in her drink, and kept walking. She didn't see, feel, notice, nothing. Okay? She would have been a statistic that night. But she got lucky because her friend wasn't dancing. And her friend was sitting across the room at the bar and saw homeboy put whatever it was in her drink. Her friend jumped up and smacked it out her hand, before she had a chance to sip it, because she was still dancing. She wasn't even thinking about that drink. So when she, everybody's like, what the heck, and she told her she saw him put something in the drink, and homeboy and his friend ran out the bar. So clearly she was right. That's what she thought she saw is exactly what she saw. So I want you guys to be careful, male and female. Be very, very careful, because people are very sinister, and you don't want to be a statistic because you was trying to get some loving. Okay? And I know it's been plenty of times when things like this have not gone well. Imagine if she had told him, yeah, get me a Frappuccino. I'll be there in 5 minutes. I probably would have never seen my girl again. So you guys be really careful out here in these streets. Everybody does not have the same intentions as you. Everybody not trying to have a good time, okay? Some people have very sinister thoughts on their mind. And right now, the way that these apps work, unless somebody does something, like in her case, I don't know if she did or not, but she can report him. Like, I reported the guy that sent me the paragraph after my friend told me that was a scam. I reported him. So you can report these creeps, but it's not going to stop them from opening up another account. It's not going to stop them from going to another, online venue, Snapchat or whatever the case, TikTok or whatever the case is. So just be really careful, guys, because I don't want to lose any of you. If I had heard that happened to her, that would have broke my heart. So you guys be really careful. All right, now we're going to look at some positive comments. The first positive comment came from my godfather. Hey, godfather. Ron Clark is my godfather. So if you see him saying crazy stuff to me in the comment section, know that's who that is. And he said, he's talking about this guy, this Pisces, who's in a relationship with an Aquarius. And I was talking about it in a video last week. And my godfather said, dude sound a bit controlling to me. He definitely does. Girls just want to have fun. Great video. Talking first. Excellent recommendation. Yeah, like she was Aquarius and he was a Pisces, and he was like really upset because she was so independent. And my godfather thinks he sounds controlling, which maybe he is. Maybe that's why it's bothering him that he can't get his clutches on her. I don't know. Crazy Star. What's up, Crazy Star? Crazy Star said, so true. Aquarians need to be rejuvenated. Yeah. I really think everybody does. I think that's what self-care is for, is to rejuvenate you mind, body, and spirit. But with Aquarius, I've come to find that when we don't rejuvenate ourselves, we become really tired, really exhausted, really cranky, and it's hard for us to be as creative too. I think it's important for Aquarius to pull away and rejuvenate their energy. I really do think that. I think everybody has a different way that it needs to be done. And I think for Aquarius, people often criticize us because I think we do it a lot. I think we do it sometimes a lot more than other people, but I think that it's important. I think it's important for us. I think it's something that we need to do. And every zodiac sign has something quirky about them. And that's the thing, one of the things quirky about us. All right, guys, you be safe out there and come back soon because I got a lot more to say. See you later.